Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good. Welcome back again to a special edition of Litter Media Live. We have in studio via Zoom today with us Christy Pence. She is the event sales coordinator for the Pickaway Agricultural and Events Center in Circleville. Good to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
You had a special event Wednesday night, and it was a launch for a new campaign. And I'd say it's been, 2018, I think, when everything started taking shape at the old fairgrounds, renovation of all the buildings and everything. And
Yep.
that was phase one. This is phase two now.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things we reminisced about at the event last night, which was an official kickoff to a fundraising campaign that we're asking the community to help us with. One of the things we reminisced about last night, though, is back at our 2017 fair. Many of us remember kind of standing there in the torrential floods that were going through our barns and just knowing that it was time to take the next step at that point to have better facilities for our kids in our community and stepped up and did that and started construction after the 2018 fair. And by the 2019 fair, we had what we have now, which most people now know as the Pickaway Agriculture and Events Center, formerly known as the Pickaway County Fairgrounds, even though I know people still refer to it as that. And the event center portion is what we unveiled last night. We are ready for that phase two, that actual event center piece of the puzzle. And the timing we just weren't sure of. It's always been a part of the original plan, but the timing is right now. We have actually grown not only into, but in some cases out of. We're busting at the seams in some cases. A lot of requests and consumer demand for a more formal space for receptions and banquets. And so this is actually going to be the event center portion of that. So it's really exciting. We had a great time. We had some community members and some other potential corporate donors join us last night to hear a little bit more about the project to kick it off.
I know when the phase one was underway, looking at all the architectural designs and everything at the 2017 fair, it was along the lines of, man, this could really be something. But we had to wait on the phase two portion. This will go where the Ankrum building is now, correct?
That's right. Yep. So it's actually going to be a two-story structure. So for those of you who might have visited us here in the last 6 months or so and been at the fair this year, we actually have a new parking lot on the west side of our current office building, the Ankrum building, that we did utilize for the fair this year. And that parking area will actually accommodate this building to feed into that lower level of the building, which is where our office space is going to be. And then one of the larger event spaces. So you can actually have two larger event spaces, and plus that lower level will be able to be partitioned off to have smaller spaces for wedding showers and baby showers and maybe smaller events that people might need that space for. And then the upper portion is actually going to have an outdoor patio that could be used for wedding ceremonies and things like that. And then that will be accessed off of that upper part right now where our midway parking that some people are familiar with between Heritage Hall and the Ankrum building, that will be able to be accessed from there. And then that's going to be more of a formal space with a little more of like an open ceiling concept that's going to be more probably used for like formal wedding receptions and banquets and things like that as well. So yeah, it's amazing to think back, just over the past 5 years and how we got to here. And the community has always been really supportive. I mean, it's really been overwhelming. They actually hired me a year ago to come in for 30 hours a week just to manage our building rentals. And I easily work 30 hours, many, many weeks of the year. We were estimating, 30 to 40 weeks a year we have events there. We've estimated, I just kind of have a ballpark. Haven't gone back and done all the figures, but about over 600 events have taken place at the new facilities since we built them back in 2019. And in fact, we've had two major events signed 5-year contracts with us that are really enjoying the facilities, everything. We have a horse sale, we have cattle shows, we have now a bluegrass festival that started this year, and they're really excited to come back and grow into our facilities with us. And so the space is getting utilized, but one of the demands we have very frequently is a more formal space, which Heritage Hall, our multi-purpose building, can be used for, but they usually don't need the whole space. So this is going to be both floors. Each floor will be able to accommodate up to 300 guests, so more of a wedding size type venue, plus that lower part can be partitioned off for smaller groups of 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever kinds of events those might be. But you don't need all of Heritage Hall. Most of the time, people only need like a third of that space. So this will be definitely more ideal for that and be a nice, affordable option. Plus, it'll house 4-H projects, senior fair projects, things like that for our fair, which of course is very important. And the center of all of this has been our youth and our community. But really, we've attracted many people from outside of the county. I mean, these are state-of-the-art facilities, and Pickaway County is really booming and growing, and the development. We're ready for something like this, and we're ready and excited to grow.
This has truly been a field of dreams type experience because there are so many naysayers for Ray. And it was long like, hey, what are you doing building this ball field in your backyard? Well, if you build it, they will come. And I know back in 2017, everybody knew something needed to be done. So many were afraid to pull the trigger on it, but your group did something fantastic that has done that. It's brought a number of people to Pickaway County that might otherwise not have been there.
Right. Interestingly enough, I think about the bigger picture of this, the heart of all of it's always been about our youth and our community. But the economic and commerce part of this is something that kind of people think about secondarily. And an example of this is when we had this 7 Mile Bluegrass Festival back in July, we had people pulling in our parking lot saying, where do you recommend we go? Because all the hotels are full. Like, these events that we're hosting are filling our hotels. They're filling our restaurants. The people are shopping here. So it's a great thing for our community in that aspect, for the business owners as well. So it's win-win-win. And it's a great thing. And I think this piece of the puzzle is going to continue to contribute in a very positive way to that.
And with those tax dollars coming in, that helps out your Convention and Visitors Bureau. It helps out the county commissioners to be able to do some extra things in the county as well. So it's all
Got it.
much a win-win, isn't it?
It is. Well, and so for this project, and I don't have a dollar amount. I think it just went out for bid. We don't have those final bids in yet. I can give you kind of an estimate on the low end. We're anticipating the project to be about $8 million. So we are actively approaching small businesses and as well as corporations in the county for their help. We're looking for $1 million total from or more from these businesses to help us. Most people might remember with the first project, which was about a $15 million project. We asked for a community match, about half of that project. We're looking for about $1 million to get us started this time. We have great events like the Gunapalooza event every August that our goal is always to contribute at least $90,000 to $100,000 a year from those kind of events that come in there, just purposely for maintaining our buildings and paying on our buildings and helping out in the financial aspect of that.
So how can one contribute?
Yes. So by the end of this weekend, it's coming. By the end of this weekend, actually anytime, you can reach out to the Pickaway County Community Foundation, who once again is partnering with us, and they hold the Pickaway Agriculture and Event Center Fund. So they can take any pledges and contributions. The contributions can be over a 5-year, 3, 4, 5-year span. If people wanted to do $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year, whatever you're willing to give, you can do that over a period of time. And then the foundation does accommodate that. What you can do right now is reach out to them directly and make your pledge. We do also have an online pledge form that you can fill out that we can help facilitate and get to them. That's going to be on our website by the end of this weekend. That's a work in progress. And yeah, we would love to work with anybody who can think of anybody who want to be involved. I think of these wonderful marketing and branding opportunities. I think of lower.com field, right? I think of the Huntington Park ballpark. I think of Great America Ballpark. Some of these, major multi-million, some multi-billion dollar, multi-year deals that are great for these businesses. They're, seeing hundreds of thousands and millions of people come. Here in Pickaway County, we're not quite at that level, but there are naming right things for everything from the building to rooms to floors to everything in between. So for a much smaller dollar amount, we would love to work with these companies who we have people coming from not only outside of the county but outside of the state in a lot of cases. So thousands of people are coming to our facilities every year, and it's a great opportunity for these businesses to get some recognition with their names on our building.
And what used to just be, hey, let's go down to the fair, you've turned this into a year-round event center. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, about over 100 events, give or take, a year is about what we're doing right now, and that's growing. I mean, I'm getting daily requests to rent our facilities, and it's exciting. It's really exciting, and people they come and they're in awe, and they're like, oh gosh, I need to tell so and so about this. We have an annual XYZ event, everything from trade shows to expos to banquets, and I end up hearing from people, and the word is getting out. So we're really excited for this next phase. It's been fun. And most people know it's been a passion project for many of us, and in some cases, blood, sweat, and tears. But
Because we still have passion.
absolutely, we have a heart for this place. Seeing how it's being utilized and the response we've gotten from the community just makes it that much more worth it to move forward. And now's the time.
Fantastic. Christy, thank you so much for sharing these details with us. And we're excited for our friends in Pickaway County.
Yep. Thank you so much. We really appreciate the support.